Welcome to A Fistful of Lenses, the home of real-world lens reviews. This video is part of the legendary Vintage Lens series. In this episode, we'll be taking a closer look at the Minolta PF 135mm f2.8 lens. This is known by collectors as the Hills and Valleys design. Its construction is of top quality. No plastic here, just glass and metal. So it's no lightweight at 490 grams. It came to market in 1970. What was the world like in 1970? Let's take a trip together down memory lane. Brazil win the World Cup for the third time. The world's population reaches 3.63 billion, and the average house price in the UK was £4,975. And in Britain, Heineken was refreshing the parts that other beers just couldn't reach. Minolta, meanwhile, was a manufacturer with a strong reputation, an innovative company with a growing catalogue of well-regarded optics. So I'm eager to put this classic lens through its paces. As always, the video and stills will be unedited, so as not to disguise the character, strengths, and weaknesses of this 50-year-old lens design. I'll be using the Fuji X-T1 and the Sony A7R Mark III. So let's turn off those TVs, put down our books, lace up our boots, and let's get out there and do some real-world photography. So let's start with a few black and whites taken with the Fuji X-T1. I'm impressed with the tonal range the lens is capable of capturing. It's a lens that handles contrast beautifully, and for colour it doesn't disappoint either. Minolta was an early pioneer of lens coatings. For this particular lens they added magnesium fluoride to the glass. For other lenses of the period they added radioactive lanthanum or radioactive thorium to help reduce the refractive index of the glass. This particular lens, like all the Minolta lenses I've tested over the years, handles colours beautifully and delicately. Soft yellows, vibrant reds but not over the top or unnatural looking, and those soft chalky blues I love. I would encourage others to check out the Minolta range of lenses. Many of their optics are strong alternatives to Canon, Nikon or Pentax, with its own subtle and yet distinctive look. Another strength of this lens is sharpness. Stop the lens down to f8 and it gives a beautifully crisp image. But even at its maximum aperture of f2.8, it's no slouch, and you could shoot this lens wide open quite comfortably all day long. Now let's see some black and whites taken with the Sony. And surprisingly, it works well on the full frame sensor. And the extra reach you get at 135mm makes this a useful street lens. Let's take another look at those Minolta colours, this time with the Sony A7R Mark III. The combination works well, producing beautiful colours, and here we see just how sharp the lens is, even at f2.8. So what's my conclusions about this 50-year-old lens design from 1970? Well, on times when viewing the footage and stills, the imagery can look quite modern. probably due to the relative sharpness of the lens. And the Minolta coatings do a good job of keeping flare away and contrast high. Also, the built-in retractable lens hood is a useful feature, and the build quality in general is good, although some may consider the lens a little heavy. And the bokeh is nice and smooth, with no noticeable harsh spots. But it's those Minolta colours that keep me coming back to this lens. Those beautiful pastels that it produces, that give your images a certain softness. So I'm sure I'm going to be using this lens for years to come. And who knows, whilst out there you might see me snapping away happily with my Minolta PF 135mm f2.8 lens. Until next time, bye for now.